Yeah, yeah, yeah. Roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast scene. Talking Burton Bogies, hole in one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front. Tee off in the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discuss in the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not a front. Pitch, put and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Smoking aces, laces tied tight. With a puff we fly, elevate the night. Golf ball soaring, higher than a kite. Fairway to heaven, shining real bright. Pitch, put and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff.
And we're back here with another episode of the Pitch, Putt, and Puff podcast. My name is Roger, a.k.a. RGB. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Before we get rolling here on the solo episode, going to give a shout-out to a few sponsors, starting off with Athletic THC, ATHLETHC.com. Make sure you guys go check them out. They got the 2 milligram mints. These things they got everything you're looking for, from the power to the rebound and the flow. So go check these guys out. 3 different varieties, something for everybody's looking for. Athletic THC, 2 milligram mints, perfect throughout your whole day. Go check them out over there at ATHLETHC.com. Use promo code PUFF for a special discount over there. Also, make sure you guys go over and check out my man Marty at Trouble Off the Tee, doing big things as always. He's got the new hats coming out. He's got the Scratch Golfer. Each one comes with a ball marker and a playlist on the inside. Pretty cool, something different that you're not going to see anywhere else. You got the Camel Chasing and Never Lay Up. Make sure you guys go check out Trouble Off the Tee. While you're over there, check out his audiobook as well, TroubleOffTheTee.com. Marty Midian is the author, narrated by Jake Adams. You can find it on Spotify, and I believe it's out on Audible now as well. So TroubleOffTheTee.com, use promo code PUFF20. PUFF20 will save you 20% at checkout. Also, big announcement, this weekend is going to be sponsored by Back Nine Botanicals. Real excited about this one. Back Nine Botanicals, the leaders in the CBD game in the golf world. Go check them out. They got everything you're looking for, the Birdie Boost, the Moonlight Mulligan. My favorite's got the CBN in there, so something good for sleep. So go check those guys out over at Back Nine Botanicals. They're going to be sponsoring the weekend here. Hook me up with a few hats and shirts for the guys and some of the samples of their products. They do have the new THC shooters. Go check these out. They have the orange flavor. I believe I have one right here. Yep. So go check out the orange flavor as well. Boom. Back9botanicals.com. Use promo code TPUFF10. TPUFF10 will save you 10% at checkout. Really appreciate those guys hooking us up this weekend with some merch, and let the guys get some samples of the products. If I end up winning again this weekend, I'll make sure I take care of the crew for sure. But what I'm going to do tonight on the solo episode is going to give you a little rundown of the Pitch Putt Puff crew. It's something I haven't done in a while. It was literally, I think, the first episode ever, was kind of letting you guys get my opinion of the crew and a little bit about their golf game. So real quick, we're going to get into that. Starting off with my man JR. Jay's one of those guys, he's very consistent. He's probably the one guy that knows his bag better than anybody else we have. He knows every distance, every club. He really has that aspect of his game dialed in. Sometimes early on in the season, he will struggle a little bit transitioning over from hockey. Hasn't seemed to have that problem yet this year. So that's a good sign. He's been scoring in the 80s. And the conditions he's been out there in, the weather hasn't been the best. So that's a good sign for Jay this year. Really jumping out to a good start. A lot of his struggles come in the mental aspect of the game when he has a bad hole. Sometimes he lets it carry over and roll into the next one. But I'm expecting big things out of Jay, especially since he's got off to such a hot start early on in the 3-4 rounds he's got out there. He could be the best golfer we have in the PPP. It's just a matter of him putting the time in. mid-summer last year. He got off to a little bit of a slow start with the transition to hockey, but then once he got the swing going mid-season, he turned it on a little bit. Then he took a little bit of a break and then jumped back on with this as the season finished out. But I'm expecting big things out of Jay. The next guy we got Bogey Bub. Solid game. He really does. He's got a solid game. Me and Bub used to go back and forth, kind of starting to do that again this year. But Bub is he's a little inconsistent with the putter where he loses strokes. He makes up for a lot of, like, if he has a bad second shot, he's got such a good short game that he can make up for it. But a lot of his struggles come with the putter. It's really just inconsistent. He gets a lot of lip outs. I don't know if it's necessarily he has a bad line, but I think sometimes it's a speed thing with Bub. If he makes some of those putts like he was at the end of last season, you'll definitely see him keeping those scores in the low 80s and hopefully cracking into the 70s a few times this year as well. Definitely, he's got the best short game out of the crew. That's probably by far, in my opinion. Off the tees sometimes can be a little inconsistent, but for the most part, he gets it out there. Doesn't find himself in too much trouble. He's been doing a little camel chasing here in the bunkers a little bit, but doesn't, he does a good job of getting out of there. Real quick, funny story about Bogey. We were out there the other day, about 165 yards out on the 12th hole, pulls out his 7-iron. Well, that was the last time he used that 7-iron. The head snapped right off of it. I just started laughing at the poor kid, knowing that he was screwed for the rest of the day. From that distance, at least, not knowing it was one of his favorite clubs in his bag. Unfortunately, it snapped clean. It snapped clean off, so he won't be using that club again. I don't think ever or anytime soon, to say the least. But Bub's definitely up there, one of the top guys. If he performs like he did last year, he can definitely I believe I voted him number one last year, just primarily because of the improvement he made. Like, he made a big jump last year and really locked in this game. Him and Jay, though, similar. The mental aspect of the game will be the reason they don't play well. It's nothing they're doing with the golf. It's they'll have one or two bad shots, and that mental aspect will start to take over. Lip out a couple putts, and then it turns into overthinking some putts as the round goes on, to say. But next guy up, I got my man Parisi. 2-shot. I'm gonna start calling him 2-shot because every time he hits one, he doesn't play a lot, so he gets out there, drops another ball, hits another one just for practice after he hits his tee shot. But Parisi's the man. He's a hell of a golfer. Hits the 3-wood further than anybody I've ever seen, further than most people's tee shots, to be honest with you. Very consistent, all around solid player. I think the more he plays, the better he gets. It's tough on him. He's got a newborn and stuff, so he's not going to get the opportunity to get it out as much as he did last year. So primarily just playing Sundays is going to be when we see him out on the course. So we're going to see how that kind of translates to, what his consistency level is, and how he, throughout the season, what he does consistent. What he does out there, if he's going to keep the game consistent, or is he going to have struggles from not playing enough out there. But also, my next guy up, we got Hank. If you guys know Hank never finds himself in trouble. Hank's always in a good position, never behind a tree, not often in a bunker. Most of the time, Hank is in a good spot to make something happen. Good on the short game, really good. He's the guy. I'll tell you this about Hank. If you're in a scramble and you need a solid anchor for the putter, that's your guy. You give this guy 2-3 looks at something, he's going to bury it. So Hank, like I said, off the tee this year, he's not getting the distance he wants, but he's right down the pipe. Boom, 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 every single hole. Like, literally, the guy's like never in a weird position where he's behind a tree or anything like that. So Hank's right up there. I'm expecting a big season from Hank too, really. I think Hank's going to be one of the guys who kind of takes a jump this year with the short game. It's going to be interesting. Sundays are always more difficult than any other day of the week just because the pin placements, where they set these up, as well as just the competition. I know we were only playing for a few bucks, but the rankings are a factor now. So guys are thinking about it, and they want to go out there and they want to perform and be able to not only take home some cash, but take home some bragging rights. Who doesn't want to be able to say, I was 7th, 8th in the rankings. I got to work my way up. I got to get to the 4th, 3rd, or 4th spot, and it's all possible. Every single one of these guys is capable of moving their way up the rankings, for the most part. So we'll see what happens going forward. We got my man Fairway Mike. Hey man, I'll tell you one thing about Fairway. He is not afraid to try something new. He could be playing great, like getting off the tee well. The past couple of days, he was getting off the tee like no other, crushing it out there. He was 100 yards out on the 4th hole, which plays, I don't know, 370 or something like that. Hit a bomb. And he's just one of those guys who wants to keep getting better. So he keeps trying different things instead of sticking with something that works and then fine-tuning that. He turns his shoulder this way or turns his shoulder that way, holds his grip. I don't think I've ever seen him hold a putter the same way. Every single time he holds it, it's a different grip. But in the long scheme of things, like I said, he's solid off the tee. Short game is getting a lot better, a lot improved from last year. One of the best with the bump and run. Fairway will hit you with that bump and run. Him and Hank like no other. The only struggles he really has is the putter. He can turn a tough putt into a tougher putt when he doesn't need to sometimes. A lot of it is speed. He's overthinking the speed of the green. But I think Fairway is going to be the guy this year who he's compared to last year, he's a lot more focused. He was enjoying himself a little bit more last year. This year, he's focusing on the golf and worried about having fun after, which I think, especially on a Sunday, is going to be huge for Fairway and make his way in that middle of the pack where you have a good chance of taking in the cash. Because if you get, it's tough when you have the low score. It's not very often that you do take home the W. That's why we throw the skins in there, throw some greenies in there, try to mix it up to that extent. But in all honesty, it's tough when you're that top spot and you really, 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 you got to hope someone makes, you got to see some mistakes out there kind of thing to not necessarily mistakes, but you don't want to shoot a 77 because you're probably going to get paired with the guy who shoots 100, 102. It happens. It happens pretty much all the time. You can ask JR. So middle of the pack is kind of where you want to be in the long scheme of things going into the Sunday afternoon round. Next guy up I got on the list is my man Kev. Haven't seen Kev. He was only out there once so far this year, but Kev's the man. He's one of the funniest dudes out there, always having a good time. Kev, now he's solid off the tee. Oh, he's not going to hit a 300 for you, but he's solid off the tee. Pretty solid short game, and I've seen Kev make some putts, man. I've seen Kev make some solid putts to where he is he's another guy in a tournament or scramble or something. He pulls out that 20, 30, 40 footer for you downhill, breaking every which way. So Kev's a solid dude off the tee and definitely around the greens. He fine-tuned a few things around the greens, but he's definitely there to bury a couple putts for you. Let's see, my man Mikey. I think Mikey's improved a lot since I first started playing with him. He doesn't get the same thing. He doesn't hit the ball 300 yards. He's getting out there. When he finds himself in trouble, it's usually on the second shot. Pretty good off the tee, not too left or right or anything like that. It's pretty solid off the tee. But a lot of the times when he finds himself in trouble, it's off of the second shot. Might slip a duff or two in there. He eliminates those, takes those strokes away from his game. He can make some moves going forward, for sure. And then let's see, we'll go with Farina, Upstate Anthony, Area 51 Anthony. Another guy, mental aspect for him. He hits bombs. He does. He gets off the tee really well. Second shot, like here's an example. We were playing the other day. We're on 16, and we're on 16. And he's got 300 yards. He's about 310. He crushes it. Well, he gets up to his second shot, all excited about the drive. The focus of taking that second shot, locking in on what he was doing, got overlooked by the tee shot he just hit. Ended up duffing it from 100 yards out, 80 yards out, whatever it was. He ended up with a 6. That easily could have been a birdie, par at worst. But it's the mental aspect. Anthony's He keeps mixing up his putters. Pretty decent putter. Short game and approach. He's got a pretty good, decent short game and approach game. His thing is just shut the hell up, pay attention to what you're doing, and if he locks in, he's got to. So give him a shout out real quick. Him and Scrounge, who I'll talk about next. These guys are playing in the Golf Week Amateur Tour this weekend. They won't be participating in the Pitch Putt and Puff, so they will be representing the Pitch Putt and Puff in the Am Tour at Freer Park. So this is a round where I want to see these guys like dominate. They know the course better than anybody. They know the speed of the greens. Brad especially. Brad went and played 36 on last Sunday. So these guys need to take advantage. If Farina locks in for the 36 holes in the 2-day event, man, I really think he can make some noise and make some movement in his flight. Now, Brad's a solid guy. Brad's a little bit inconsistent at times, but when he's on, he's on. He can crush the ball off the tee. A lot of his mistakes do come around the greens or the second shot. Pretty solid putter. He's definitely a solid putter. Yeah, like I said, he's one of those guys. He's right in the middle of the pack. Brad's right in the middle of the pack with the rest of us. And he's the type of guy that is probably going to pull in a lot of wins this year. You know, staying in the middle of the pack, creeping his way up into the top 2, 3 guys, 3, 4 guys on the Pitch Putt and Puff. So good luck to both of those guys this weekend. Brad and Farina over there at the Amateur Tour, New York Upstate Amateur Tour. So go check them guys out. Go check out the Upstate Golf guys as well, Farina's podcast. I'm a co-host on there as well. So big things coming up. We might try to do some more collabs with some golf events coming forward and stuff with the Upstate. So a little bit more footage as well. Anthony's going to be participating in a lot more Sundays. Him and Scrounge both got the season passes, so we'll see a lot of them. Who else we got? My man Kirk. We'll talk about Kirk here. Kirk had a tough day today. Definitely working on his game, working harder on his game than any single one of us in this group. Put a lot of time in the offseason. He focused on just about everything. New irons, new driver. He's puts money, puts the time and the money and the effort into what he's doing. It's a matter of time before he really hits the switch. I feel like today might have been a little pressure on him. He was out there with some of the regular guys. And I don't know if he was trying. I felt like he was trying too hard, like trying to make sure, like we know that he was been playing a lot better and this and that. He shot an 81 on Sunday. In some really tough conditions. That unfortunately it didn't go the same way for him today. But hopefully he has a bounce back round tomorrow for our league, and then turns that into a nice round on Sunday. So I think he's going to be the most improved guy this year. I put that tag on Kev a couple years ago, but I'm putting it on Kirk. And I think same thing mentally. Stay locked in. Stay locked in for those 18 holes, a solid 18 holes. Stay locked in and don't make those mistakes. He's good around the greens. There's days where he's chipping lights out, gets off the tee real good. It's just the certain shots, like the mental focus he's got to lock in. And once he does, and what he's practicing translates to the course, will be a huge difference for him. Then my guy Ant-Man. Love Ant-Man, dude. That's my homie. He's one of the dudes, man. He really supports the Pitch Putt and Puff. I appreciate him so much. He's the homie. Happy belated birthday as well to Ant-Man. Haven't got a chance to golf with him yet this year. He only got out the one time. He's mostly working, hustling. Kids that got 3-4 jobs, so always out there doing something. But anytime we get a chance to get him out there, it's a great time. Always having fun. He's also one of the younger guys, so can hit the shit out of the ball. It's the little things that he's struggling with. Second shot around the green. But overall, he's also a solid player. He put some time into it this summer. Him and Kirk, I feel like, will be the two guys battling for the most improved and making their way into the middle of the pack this year, which is what I expect. I want to see all these guys making some moves, making this thing a lot more competitive. Like last week, scores were literally all mixed in right along in the mid 80s, or excuse me, the high 80s, low 90s. So hopefully that continues going forward. It makes it a little bit more interesting when we're pulling the cards. The way I do it, everybody plays around. We bring it in. I have a deck of cards. Ace, king, whatever the case may be. That's your teammate. So from there, whoever has the low score wins, and then we go to skins. So birdies are better. Whoever has the most birdies, if two people have a birdie on the same hole, cancels out, rolls on to the next hole. So trying to make it more and more interesting as the season goes here, trying to find different ways to get some different games going, different payouts. Might do a weekend where alternate shot, might do something like that. Maybe do a little 9-hole 2-man scramble, and then turn it into a 4-man scramble as well. So we might try to, I don't know, think of some different things. First 9 holes you play as a 2-man, and then calculate all the scores combined and do it a 4-man on the back end. Different. I want to try to do some different things, make it fun for the guys. It could be stupid, could be fun. Who knows until we try it, right? Shout out to the Helium boys. Got my Cowboy Lemonade going for the night, for the smoke of the night. So I'm telling you guys, I always talk about the Cowboys. It's the hitter. It's got that punch to it. Really's got that. It's all about the taste there for me. No Diddy. Helium boys are doing their thing. They got the DNA. They're now down in stage 1 here in Rensselaer. Hoping to do some things with stage 1. They got a great little dispensary down there in Rensselaer, right down by the train station. Go check those guys out if you're in this side of the river. That's where you can go find some Cowboy Lemonade. They got the pre-rolls, the 8s, and I believe they got some DNA in there on the pre-rolls, I believe. So go check them out down at stage 1. And if you're on the Albany side of the river, go check out homegirl Alicia over at Legacy. Her and Matt and the crew over there always representing. They got all different helium products, the Acapulco, the Cowboy, the pre-rolls, the smalls, you name it, they got it over there, and a bunch of other products. One thing I do like over there is I was talking about it when she was on, was those dirty lemonades. Blue res drinks, those things, those are nice actually for the golf course. Put them on ice. Keeps you nice and relaxed, not overthinking that 5-foot putt. So go check them out over at Legacy Dispensary up in Colony, and go get you some of your helium down at stage 1 here in Rensselaer. Excuse me. But yeah, let's get to the groups for this weekend. So this weekend we have, where'd my pen go? It's myself, JR, Bogey, Parisi, Hank, Fairway, Kev, and Kirk will be the 8th member this week. Only got two tee times because of the AM Tour going to be out there. So breaking down the groups, Mikey's going to need another week. He's got a lot. This poor guy he's off all winter, but once it comes to working, he's been at it full bore for pretty much since the snow melted. He works in the pool industry, so he's been staying real busy out there. Hopefully we get him back next weekend, lock in the 3rd tee time, and really get it cooking. But let's see here. Groups this week, it's going to be Let's go Bub and Kirk. And then let's go. That's group 1. Oh, before I finish this, real quick, Friday Night League. Real quick update on the Friday Night League pitch, putt, and putt PPP match. Pitch, putt, and puff match. Myself versus Hank. Friday today at 3 p.m. Me and Hank will be battling it out in the back 9. Usually always a good match. Hank's actually giving me 2 strokes. I'm a 7 handicap. He's a 5 on the 9 holes. So that's going to be a fun match. It's always fun when you're playing one of the pitch, putt, and puff guys. A lot more to your pace. What's expected. Sometimes it's tough, especially when you play some of the older guys. They don't like playing the music. They want to drive the cart super slow. They can't hit a bump in the cart. Yada, yada, yada. It's like, come on, buddy. Like, let's keep it moving. I need some tunes. I need to take a puff. If you're drinking your beers, I'm smoking my doob. Like, that's what we're doing. It's my Friday, too. Like, let's go. But for the majority of the part, most of the guys in the league are cool about it. So playing against Hank's always going to be fun. We're going to get out there a little early weather because we got some weather coming in. So we're going to try to roll it right through, play a full 18, battle it out get a nice little warm up on the front 9, battle it out on the back. Might do some lives to give you guys some updates on that. So stay looking in on the YouTube as well as the Instagram. Check us out at pitch, putt, and puff _ in between. Pitch _ putt _ puff _ podcast. You can check us out on Instagram. We're also on X, Twitter. So trying to get some movement over there, a little bit more active over there as well. Might start doing some lives on Twitter. But that's the big match this weekend. On Friday is me and Hank. And then we got, I don't know who Farina's playing. I think Area 51 Anth has, he's also in our flight. He played Hank last week. Hank took him down on the last hole. So hoping for a similar match. I like, when it's competitive like that. Like me and Bogey, we're not playing for nothing, but we know what each other's score is. And it's just, you want to win. We're both competitive and you want to win. So he actually beat me the other day. I missed a four or 5 footer on 18th, and he took the W. So shout out Bogey for that. But let's see. We'll go Bob, Kirk, JR. I think Jay played with Parisi last week. You know what? Let's go me and Parisi, and then Bob and Kirk, and then we'll go JR. Let's go JR Fairway, Hink, and Kev. That's a good group. That's a good group right there. It's getting a little bit easier now that we got the guys in the groups. It's just a lot easier. There's no bullshit. Everybody knows what to expect. We show up, we golf, we have a good time. Really got to, with this group, it's tough. Charlie's another guy I forgot to mention. Charlie's one of the guys who's pretty much a member now. I just got to get him on the podcast, I got to put him in a cart with Fairway for 18 holes, and then he's officially a member. So next time he plays, maybe I'll do that, and we'll really break him in. But Charlie's definitely pretty much becoming a member. So when I get the 13th time, it's pretty much going to be myself, Parisi, Bob, Kirk, JR, Fairway, Hank, Kev. You'll see Mikey out there. You'll see Scrounge out there. You'll see Farina out there. You'll see Ant-Man out there. And then Charlie and Tizo will pretty much be filling in the rest. Hopefully, I'm hoping Steve makes his way back to the golf course. I know he's really dedicated to the ski life for the past year or so. But hopefully Big Steve makes his way back to the golf course. But going to wrap this up here. Hope everybody tunes in, enjoys the episode. Make sure you guys go and support our sponsors, Athletic, ATHLETHC.com. The 2 milligram mints. You get a nice little buzz. Your breath smells good. You can't go wrong, especially, on the golf course. You don't want to be chewing gum and all that shit while you're over a putt. Try some Athletic mints. Also, athletic.com, ATHLETHC.com. Use promo code PUFF for your special discount over there. Don't forget, Trouble Off the Tee. Something I'm not having this year. Shout out Marty. TroubleOffTheTee.com. Use promo code PUFF20. PUFF20 will save you 20% at checkout. And last but not least, one more besides them, Back Nine Botanicals. Big thank you, big shout out. Appreciate Back Nine Botanicals. Appreciate all your support. Real excited to announce that they will be sponsoring this weekend of the Pitch Putt Puff. Hooked us up with some merch, some hats, some shirts, a few samples of the gummies, the new shooters. Real excited to try the orange flavor. Greatly appreciate you guys over at Back Nine Botanicals. What I ask is for you guys that are listeners of the Pitch Putt Puff, go give them a shout out, support, go try their Moonlight Mulligan, the Birdie Boost. Go get your hands on the THC shooters, the little 10 milligram orange flavor. Got the passion fruit as well. So go check these guys out. And while you're doing that as well, use promo code TPUF10. Save you 10% at checkout. Real excited for this weekend. And then my last shout out is to the Golfer Gang Network. Go check out golfergangnetwork.com. Bunch of different podcasts on there where you can find the Pitch Putt Puff, the Legends Golf Club podcast, as well as the Upstate Golf Guys, and many, many more. You got One Night in Pinehurst. Those guys are great over there. You want to go north of the border, go check out Mulligans and Hackers with Alvin and Chris. Great guys over there. They just had my guy on from Mulligan Wear. So I actually have the hoodie on right now. Shout out Mulligan Wear. So go check them out. golfergang.com. Appreciate everybody tuning into the Pitch Putt Puff podcast. Real tough to ramble on for a half hour by yourself, but I appreciate all that tuned in. And tune in to the YouTube, the Instagram on Sunday. Hopefully weather pending. We got a little chance of rain pretty much all next week, but as of now, we got a nice little pocket in the morning to get this round in. So we'll check you guys on Monday with another episode for the recap show. Recap show.
Yeah. Roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast scene. Talking Burt and Bogies, hole in one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front. Tee off in the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discuss in the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not a front. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story.